Hi guys, so this week we are talking about long series versus short series, and I'm gonna have to go with Britt on this one. I do lean towards the short series, but might not be the exact same reasoning behind that. So here we go. I do like the short series more, mostly because of like the reasons I like anime, which is story. With a short series, I think if they're gonna do 20 episodes or like 50 episodes or just a few episodes with like an OVA kind of thing, they know what they're doing, and they have this story that they want to tell. They know how it's gonna end, they know how it's beginning, and they know how they're getting between those. Excuse me, I'm coming down with a cold, or I think I have it now, not just coming down with it. But anyway, okay, yeah. So like my favorite thing about an anime is the story. So when they have a story in mind, then they tell it and they just do it well because they have a limited time to do it in. Then you get some of these long series that have, like, I just looked up on Wikipedia and it said, like, and I don't want to pick on a specific series, but it was the first one I thought of, like Pokemon. I went like a Pokemon anime, and it said it had like 690 plus episodes. And I don't know, I never like really watched it, so that might be like different series with like the different characters and stuff, so it's technically different shows, but same arena. Basically you got that, versus something like Trigun, which actually I don't know how many that has, if it's in the 20s or in the 50s, but I think it might be in the 20s, but or the 50s, I don't know. You get like a short series like that, where they really had this story they wanted to tell, and they knew where they were going, and they knew all that was going on there. I think with long series, they end up making hundreds and hundreds of episodes, it doesn't become more about the story they set out to tell from the beginning. It becomes about keeping the story going, and it's all about making money. Which, it's okay to want to make money, because if they don't make money, they can't make the series. But they should want to tell a story, and I think that's why short series are better, because they know where they're going with it. They're like, okay, this thing right here into my head is what we have, rather than, okay, here's an idea, let's run with it, let's see how far we can keep going with it and keep making money and recycling. So I think they need to have an ending in mind, really, rather than, okay, let's create some characters and just start making episodes, and more, and more, and more. Because especially with that, even if like they just start making it and then it ends, if they didn't have that end in mind, everything they're doing up until that doesn't like lead to it. Like, one exception for me for watching a long series, which I haven't really watched it, but I watched some of it, would be Bleach, which even though it was longer, everything that happened did kind of like lead into it, at least for the most part. I think some of it's changing now, but aside from the fillers, I did have people who were friends who said don't watch this episode so I can skip fillers, but with that, like, this action, like, that's what's going on way at the beginning, it like ties into what's at the end, so at least for a certain extent, I don't know if they planned it from the beginning, but it tied together. So that's maybe one exception, but that's why I like short series, because they know what they're doing, whether through the beginning. It's not something where they're just going to keep telling the story. Yeah, because I want an ending, and sometimes when you get the ending, it's like you're left with wanting more, and maybe that's kind of a sign of a good series, but when they have the ending in mind, they know where they're going from the beginning, and so it's not about like trying to make a story rather than telling the story you already had in mind. So yeah, looking forward to hearing more people. Debate me if you wish, insult me or don't, please. I'm fragile, but yeah, see you guys later.